I I've been a little mad at my kid's school because Wednesdays when we record, they my son gets like a half a day kind of thing, right? So like Wednesdays he comes out at 12:30, works out great, you know. We record a little bit after that. 2 weeks in a row now they've been kind of like real like flexible with their definition of 12:30, right? So like last week I went to pick them up at 12:30. They were like, hey, we're doing state exams, so we're giving the students as much time as they want. So I said, cool, I'm gonna go home. I called up my mother-in-law. She went to pick him up at 1:30. He was not done. She had to leave. My dad went back at the normal pickup time of 2:30 when he was finished and he left then. So they were like, yeah, we gave him as much time as he wanted because he wanted to work extra on his essay. I was like, yo, this is like a state exam that like has no effect on my kid's grade. It's an exam for y'all to show how good your teaching is doing. That's great. I'm all about that. But it don't affect my kid. So when I show up to pick up my kid at the agreed time, I just want to take my kid. You could have done the state exam the other 4 days when my kid is allowed to take as long as he wants and still be done at a normal time if you wanted to do it that way. But like I showed up at 3 different times to pick up this person. I feel like that's a little much. They were like, cool, my bad. That's on us. I show up today, next week, 12:30 pickup. Place is jammed up. Parents it is packed up. Nowhere to park because so many people is waiting for their kids. I got my kid at 12:58 for a 12:30 pickup. So I'm like, yo, what happened? And they're like, oh, they was having lunch. I was like, it's half day. Why they need lunch? And if they're eating lunch, what lunch are they having? It takes 28 minutes to eat. You know, at the 8th and 6th grade. Don't you guys like give them peanut butter and jelly and like an apple? Like that don't take that long. The process, you know, like, why they take a half hour to eat this lunch?
These Dickensian ways that you think they're treating your children is so outdated. Yeah, 30 minutes is about right for lunch. That's what they're allotted. And you want to give them the heel off a piece of bread and just wishes here. Wish that there was peanut butter on that.
So like, yo, because like my anger starts getting like real. So like my son get in the car and I'm like, yo, what happened? He's like, what you talking about? He's like, you got out at 12:58. You're supposed to get out at 12:30. He's like, oh, they gave us lunch. Normally we don't do that on a half day. And I was like, and how long were you eating lunch for? Why it took you 28 minutes to eat a sandwich? And now like I feel like my anger is displaced. Like I'm yelling at him about like his chewing technique. You know, you're like, it shouldn't take you 28 minutes to eat that sandwich. You know, I see you eat sandwiches every day in my house. It don't take you 28 minutes because you're going back to your iPad. You're motivated, okay? I got stuff to do. I can't be waiting over here 28 minutes for you to eat the sandwich. On top of that, I saw plenty of kids who eat slower than you, but they acknowledge it and they left with their tray, whole tray outside in their parents' car on time. Why'd you stay inside to eat the sandwich? He's like, oh, I don't like eating in the car. You know, so I had to wait 28 minutes for my son to process the sandwich. And I'm like, all right, so like, why'd you guys get lunch today for the first time on a Wednesday in March? Like we've had a system since September. 12:30 you're supposed to come out. And he's like, oh, they were like real adamant that everybody get lunches today. So I don't know if something happened in the school system where they like supposed to get lunches, but like they just implemented that rule today where like half day ends after lunch instead of before lunch. And it threw off my schedule. So like, I'm like trying to like calm myself down before sending like a overly aggressive lunch related email later.
Yeah. You know? Well, you should calm yourself down because there are probably kids who only eat at school.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. You're right.
The only food they get is the food at school. So someone probably brought that to their attention. Like, okay, so now you got kids, they're missing out on a meal because you want to get them out of there. So there's that. Second, there's no way in hell that you can expect your child to think things through the way you are because you got to go. Your child don't give a fuck that you got shit to do
at all. Yo.
He has shit to do too, and that is hang out with his friends while he can in their allotted time. So it's not just that he doesn't want to eat in the car, although that is a great reason because you can't fight back at that because that's your car, which you probably have been trying to keep clean. So he knows what he's doing. Don't worry. I'll tell him I don't want to eat in the car. Anyway, it's your turn or whatever game they're playing, So please believe that's how his brain's working because he is your kid. So he knows that that's what the game needs to be in order to not keep you upset. But otherwise, he's in there chilling. Also, 30 minutes is not, they probably should have told you they will now leave after lunch instead of before. So add that time in. They certainly should have let you know that that's what is happening, but they're not going to give them lunch at although some places they get lunch at 11:30 or whatever. They're not going to do that. Too early. So yeah, just, now, but yeah, no, they're not going to. Also, lunch is not just going to be a jelly sandwich and that's not what they're going to do.
I'm trying. I think that's it. I wish I was just told because I didn't process my thinking yet when I told Gabby about it, and it just sounded like I was mad about them eating.
Right.
I like these kids is, they eating sandwiches on my time. The goddamn apples and tangerines, we got that at home.
Right.
None of that is valid. I feel you, but yeah, I guess that's the art. I gotta reword that because I definitely know she was like, none of this, it makes sense, guys. So don't call me at work. And I was so mad. I was like, yo, I'm out here waiting for this kid to finish eating. Yo.
Right.
Yeah, that makes more sense. It's I should have gotten told is all I'm asking for.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you definitely have a case in that they should have informed everyone of that switch.
Yeah.
But they are certainly walking a wild tightrope and have been for a minute. And who knows when they probably were literally told that morning, hey, we got to make them eat. They got to eat lunch now. And it's what? I don't have time to let anyone know. Are you going to call parent? What does this mean? And they're like, I don't know. It just changed, everything is just changing on whims. So it's hard to keep up.
That's fair.
So, yeah. So, and also what I think you should do is implement a 20 to 30 minute grace period when it comes to kids. When I am waiting on a friend, I give them 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then if it's someone that I am they don't have a history of doing this, something must be wrong, I'll maybe give them 20. But you're not going to get more than 20 minutes of me waiting on you. But usually it's 15 before I'm I got to keep it moving. So, and that's for a grown person.
Right.
So you may have to just build into your time or your schedule, okay, anything's possible with a child.
No.
You know what I mean? No, you got to. You probably left people hanging all the time because you think, well, let me just run in here and take a shit right quick. Because you're 12. That's how that's going to mess up a closely wound schedule because they got to take a shit. First, they got to find the bathroom they like, and then they got to find the stall that they like, and then they got to wait for everybody to leave, and then they got to, you know what I mean? It's a process that will for sure take 20 minutes.
Yeah,
because they're a kid and they don't know how to move like adults yet. So,
I guess it's because I feel like we moved past that. They getting old enough now where they could do like this weekend we had my my niece and nephew over. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We do this once a month. They're great kids. My nephew is 6 and my niece is going to turn 1. So it's a real baby. And it's a reminder of oh, we've moved up. We don't got to do this shit,
Yeah.
They're adorable, but they're slow as fuck. I went to pick up, them up on Friday and I went to pick him up on Friday, and like, you know, I'm at their crib. You know, my boy was going away for his birthday, so like him and his wife was, you know, we was babysitting. So like I'm taking them to the car. I got the 11-month-old in my hand. I'm holding her car seat with the other hand. So I'm trusting the 6-year-old. You know, we walk into the car and I'm like, yo, you can get in the car. He like, yeah, I'm good. So I go to the other, I open the door for him. I put the car seat down, open the door for him. I go around the car, open the other side. I put the car seat in. I put the baby in. I buckle the baby. I buckle the car seat that I'm not familiar with. I relearned how to buckle car seats.
Right.
Did all that shit. This kid is still climbing on the other side into the car.
Yes.
So I go around and I'm like, you got this? He's like, I got this, Uncle G. You know, but he don't got it. He was slow as shit. Like he had like 2 knees on the floor. Like it was clear. I'm like, yo, my man, like what you doing here? And then like finally, like I just picked him up and like I put him in. And he's like, oh, you gonna help me, Uncle G? I was like, I'm gonna help myself. Like I can't wait for you.
Look, Gastor. First of all,
yo, like,
oh, he's 6. So yeah. Secondly, you talk like your child, like you went over a hump, and now your kid is out here filing taxes. The boy is what? 11?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not. He's not a grown-up. You want grown-up moves out of an 11-year-old.
Hell yeah.
No. You raised them better. First off, you raised them better to be moving like a grown-up at 11. Any 11-year-old that moves like a grown-up has been through trauma. Do you hear me?
Yeah, that's real.
You raise him better. He needs to be still a little slow and goofy because he's around a family that loves him and protects him. Any 11-year-old that's out here able to fucking use a credit card and bag groceries and on the phone and like keep an eye on kids is doing too much, and the parents are never there. So be happy that your kid is still moving like a kid at 11.
Yo, and that's the other shit. Like he does, like, so I'm trying to like teach them the walk home thing, right? Like my daughter's crushing it. She's doing well, right? So like he asks me, hey, can I walk home? Because they're the same height, you know, but he's definitely younger. And maturity wise, I have to acknowledge that he, while mature for his age, is noticeably not as mature as her, which is fine. He is younger. I'm okay with that. But like he'll ask me, hey, can I walk home? And I'm like, no, you can't, even though his school is closer and I know he knows the direction. But the reason I can't is because he does like goofy shit every day that like I know for a fact you're not mature enough to be outside. So like, he'll be like,
right, because you there was a trial run and then you were like, he's still being goofy and shit.
He's still being wild.
Okay.
So like literally in the same convo last week, he asked me after I told my daughter she could walk home. He was like, hey, can I walk home? And I was like, no, you can't. Like, you know, I still don't think you're ready for that. And we get to the house. I give him the keys, and I've been getting him in the habit of opening the gate to the yard where we park. It's super heavy, so he takes pride that he can finally move it.
Right.
So he goes and does it. He can't close it because it's a weird balance of like you have to get enough momentum to get it to the end. And then when he gets enough momentum, it takes so much of his strength that he then can't control it. So when he gets to the other end, it bounces back.
It's just,
so he can't get either end of it. He doesn't have the strength to control the gate. So like, but he's learning. So he opens this gate and like, I'm in a car. I'm going to back into the yard, but I'm also half in the middle of a street. Like I'm I'm trying to back into a yard and it's a busy street. So he opens the gate and every time, it's been a month of him opening the gate. Every time he opens the gate before moving out the way, he does the TikTok dance. I'm like, the Fortnite shit. He does the whole Fortnite dance every fucking time, Sha. Like he has to celebrate that he moved the gate. And I'm like, yo, my man, like I'm trying not to die right now, homie. Like I need you to move. And like the first like 3-4 times he did it, Like, I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm happy you did that. But like, I'm getting mad and like, I'm in the car. So like, my windows is up. I'm seeing this bullshit from the little reverse mirror. You know how heated that shit is? Like, you watching this dude shimmy fucking day. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out the way. I got to park, B. And he like dancing. So like, it took a week of me having to lower the window, say, yo, get the fuck out the way, B. I'm trying to park. You know? And then as soon as he gets out the way and I'm parking, he's continuing to dance. And I'm like, yo, like, you got to close the gate now. And like, I had to like remind him every day for a month that like, there's 2 steps to this. Open the gate, don't dance. I'm mad that I have to add a 3rd step. Open the gate, don't dance. Right. Or like a 1B. And then when I park, close the gate. Don't start dancing again. Like, it's not done. We're still visible to the world. We're public. Now, you want to dance? Dance after gate is closed. Knock yourself out. You know what I mean? I ain't going to stop you.
So now that you've explained all of that to me, do you understand why it still took him 28 minutes to eat a fucking sandwich? Do you see why? You know this is the case.
Oh,
You've got like the dancing baby helping you get your car parked. There's no way he's not going to be 20 to 30 minutes after whatever the time is. Know that going in until you can get the sense from him that he realizes what is going on. But right now he's still in goofy kid brain.
That shit is different.
Yeah, it's different. It's annoying. And he's going to be like that for like at least another 2 years. But
oh my God.
Like, yeah. The middle school years is tough.
It's wild, Sha.
Yeah, like, it's real. They're the worst.
This is the other thing that's irked me a little bit with the situation. Like, he walks 1 block right now, right? Like the block that he's on, that his school is on, it's really difficult to park in because there's a mechanic shop and like an industrial building across the street that were there prior to the school. So they take up a lot of space. So what we have done is, since my daughter gets out earlier, I've normally picked her up. I park on the same street, but about 2 blocks down. I let her walk to get him. And so he essentially has to walk 2 blocks to my car, but I see him the whole way there. He, on a regular basis, runs away from her as if we're not going to the same destination. Like, he just has to run every single time. And I'm not even mad at that. Run your heart out, my G. Like, it's good cardio, knock yourself out. But I swear, every single time he's run, he gets into my car. And the first thing I notice on all of these runs is that his book bag was completely unzipped. So I'm like, yo, dude, like, you like ran up and down this whole block. You don't think you dropped anything out? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, your book bag's open. He's like, how did that happen? I was like, I don't know, B, but there's only 1 step to like closing the book bag. You zip it and you do it in the building. So like, did you skip that part? Like, you put on your coat, put your books in the bag and said, that's enough? Like, are you not looking at your book bag when you are loading the book bag? Like, I feel like that's kind of the cool part of book bags, that like when they're open, it's visible when you're loading it. Like, you know, like you can't put the books through the zipper. You have to open it to put the books in. So I know the book bag was open when you were loading it at the end of the day. You saw it. So now when you're done loading it, you are still looking down and you see it's open. Why do you then just put it on? You skip that step. Like, I don't know what happens. And like, he started getting frustrated with himself because he knew, he's like, oh shit. He acknowledged, like, I should be zipping up my bag. But like, you know, so like, he was like, shit, you're right. You know? So like, but every time that like, anytime I looked into the back seat when I picked him up, it was always open. And he has no excuse for it. Like, at this point, but like, it boggles my mind. I'm like, what's happening in the room when you're getting ready where like you are putting stuff in your bag. That means you know.
No, see, here's the thing. Again, you are applying an adult logic to a child brain. He's never going to understand that. Do you understand? He's just going to be like, oh yeah, I should close it. I don't think he's going to be that dude forever, but I think that he is just like, until something drastic happens, he's in that goofy child, transitional child mode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you probably you can't think about it because it's been so long since you've been in that brain and so much has happened that you can't even understand how your brain would do that. But I guarantee you, talk to your mom and ask her if you were a goofy kid. Talk to your dad. I mean, I feel like your dad will just say, yeah, without you even getting into specifics. Yeah, but I feel like your mom will listen to what you're putting forth.
My dad thinks I'm goofy now. Like he's still
exactly.
Like,
so that's why I think you should talk to your mom about it, and she may actually have a little more of a detailed, a little more of a nuanced way of discussing it without just immediately going, "Yeah, you goofy now." So, but yeah, like that's just going to be his brain right now and next year. And part of the year after he's just going to be a goofball.
Oh my God.
He's going to be a goofball. That's why I said he's going to derail your whole day by having to take a shit. That's why I said that, because his brain is just like, huh? What? Where? Who? What? What's that? That's shiny. That's where he is right now.
Oh my God. All right, fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You just gotta be patient. But yeah, no, he's definitely at the age when he's the worst. Right now.
It is special, Sha.
But so just know he's not an adult yet, and neither is a 6-year-old who tells you he's got it. You know damn well that kid could. Your car's big as hell. There's no 6-year-old that can climb into a Pathfinder.
Yo, shouts to Quinn, man. That's my dude, man. I love that kid. He's an awesome dude. But man, he had hope. He was like, I got this, Uncle G. I said, cool. And I did a hell of a lot with his sister. And then I came back. He was still down there. I was like, yo, my man, I can't wait.
But he was going to try, wasn't he, though? Yeah. He really was.
I do believe he would have gotten in. It's just I didn't have the half hour to wait for this process. So
absolutely.
I can't do this, B. All right. I mean, we've been further. I'm happy, you know. I took him. I took him and my son to see Aladdin, and we had a good time. And it reminded me of how I will say it reminded me of how far me and Aiden are, because I don't have little kid stuff. So I left Aiden with his sister while I took Quinn to the bathroom. And it took forever because this dude don't cut through shit. Like he don't understand, like, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't know how. Yes, he's not an adult. He doesn't know how to.
You got to wiggle.
Around,
you got to
maneuver
between
people's legs. No, he doesn't know how to walk through the city yet. No.
I was like, yo, my man, like this intermission, we got 10 minutes. All right, you gotta like fucking act with. Yo, there's no sense of urgency, my G. Okay, I need some of that. Right. But whatever. We get to the bathroom. I do this line. I'm pulling him. Like it bothered me because like he asked me, he was like, Uncle G, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, this is your problem. I didn't gotta. I'm fine. Right. I don't gotta go. I'm fine walking with you peed on yourself. They ain't got no issues with me. I would tell people, yo, he's 6, he peed on himself. I'm completely fine with it. But you told me you gotta pee, so I'm trying to get you to the bathroom while you not acting like we rushing. But we get to the bathroom and we go to the urinals. He doesn't want to go to a stall because I got to leave him alone. Right?
Right.
So.
You do?
Well, I told him, I said, you want me to go inside? He doesn't want that either. He wanted like privacy, but then he got scared. Okay. So I took him to a stall where, and that took longer too because I had to wait till 2 stalls were open next to each other. So we get to the 2 stalls. He goes into the stall and I'm looking next to him. And I was like, okay, he going to pee so I can pee. He got this. He can handle that. This dude just dropped his whole pants. Like his ass was out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
this
yo,
is at the urinal?
yeah. Like we outside,
yeah.
like people seeing his ass. And I'm like, yo, like now I can't pee because I gotta protect this kid, his ass situation. He's just out here peeing. And I'm like, yo, Quinn, and like I can't reprimand it on it because we already in it. Like now I just need him to finish. You know, so I'm like, and like my instinct was like, yo, what you doing? But like I had to cut it off because I was like, all right, just finish peeing and like cover your ass. And then I had to rush pee because I gotta pee fast enough where like I'm done peeing before he's done buckling. And then we get back, and then like we gotta rush back to the show. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't know when I'm supposed to address this because kids, you know, they like puppies. Like if you don't say it in like the 5 minutes, it's
you'll never,
they don't never remember. So like I'm telling his mom later, I'm like, yo, like, you know, like he just drops his whole pants when he pees. And she's like, I never thought of that. I'm like, no, I'm like, I understand because like, you know, you don't have to worry about like unzipping the zipper at the urinal. That's not a woman thing. But he does that. Like he just drops the whole trap. You know, and like we was with like 50 people in his bathroom. So like a good portion of New York saw his ass today. You know,
right?
Work on
not
that.
A good portion. Not a good portion. Also, keep in mind that when she's got him, he's going into a ladies' room.
Right, and that's what I was explaining to her. I was like, yo, like I'm sure this isn't a problem because you're taking him to a stall, but like he's in the urinal in the men's room, and that's why I made it a point because I was like, he's going to school, like he's in pre-K now. You know, he's in kindergarten now. So like he's doing that in a school bathroom.
Yeah. But also all of the young men are doing that in the school. As a little kid, my understanding is little boys just drop it to the bottom and then pee. And then that is, that's something that has to be worked on. He's not the only one is what I'm saying. That is common. And I only learned that honestly through comedy. I remember seeing someone tell a joke about dropping their, peeing like a little kid, dropping their pants all the way to their ankles. And every dude in there laughed. And I asked a friend, I was just like, is that something that happens as you were learning? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Really? Yeah, I never did that. I feel like my pops is like, nah, you don't do that.
Yeah. I perhaps, but I also think you've blocked a lot of your childlike brain. I think you worked very hard to be an adult that you have forgotten the childlike things that you used to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because you're very proud of being able to be an adult and handle shit and blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you there's no way that you can do that while skipping over the childlike things. You're not born already with a sense of knowing. You got to be an idiot. You got to be a child idiot. And so you absolutely were.
All right.
and your pops won't tell you about it, but your mom will. But check in with her.
We're gonna have a real talk. We're gonna have a real talk.
Yeah.
Let's get into news. I'm sorry, but this really
irked me. Sure.
But let's do it. U.S. recession is coming in late 2023, according to Deutsche Bank. That's right. Deutsche Bank is forecasting that the U.S. will see a recession in late 2023, with the financial institution now being reported as the first major bank to make such a prediction. Deutsche Bank economists said this week that they can no longer see the Federal Reserve achieving a soft landing. The economists in question instead expect the recession to be spurred by a more aggressive tightening of monetary policy. While a stated uncertainty remains an integral aspect of the months and years ahead, Deutsche Bank is, for now, anticipating that an economic downturn in the last part of the 2023 year, the last quarter, and the first quarter of 2024 will not be on the same level as the most recent recession examples.
Yeah, I mean, duh. I mean, aren't we already? Maybe I don't know how recession works, but I thought we were already in the beginnings. I feel like it's nice of Deutsche Bank to go ahead and give us something of a timeline. But those of us that are on the ground, those of us with our ear to the streets, literally, because we've fallen, we already know. We know this. Anyone who's trying to rent anything right now already knows this.
Yeah, it's been out there. Like I have a sneaking suspicion this $4 gas is here to stay. You know, like stuff like that is part of it. You gotta get used to it. You know, it's the future. It sucks. It is what it is.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Me either. One of the few people that's recession proof though. Rihanna makes her debut on Forbes annual billionaires list. That's right. Riri has joined Forbes annual billionaires list for the first time in her career. The 34-year-old multi-hyphenate officially reached billionaire status back in 2021 with an estimated net worth of $1.7 billion. Forbes Madison Berg attributed Rihanna's wealth not to her music outputs, but to her wildly successful ventures in fashion and beauty. According to the publication's recent report, Riri's stake in her Fenty Beauty, the fastest growing cosmetic line, makes up the majority of her wealth. The company, which she co-owns with luxury conglomerate LVMH, reportedly racked in more than $550 million in revenue in 2020. She also has a 30% stake in her Savage Fenty lingerie line, which raised approximately $115 million in Series B funding at a $1 billion valuation in early 2021.
Oh, good for her. I mean,
racks on racks on racks.
I guess I don't necessarily care for her lingerie line. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just not for me. I'm not anti-lingerie, just not that lingerie. And but I like her makeup. I've certainly bought more of her makeup than I have any of her albums or songs for sure. Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've gotten any of her. I don't know, that Auntie album. I know all of you want her to bring music, do a new album, when the album dropping, sis. She about to have a kid. She don't care about y'all anyway. But she left it on the high note. Like, Auntie is a phenomenal record. Just play that over and over. Go back in time. Remember when she was doing whatever she was doing, house music or whatever. Like, she gave us enough. There was a time when Rihanna was turning out albums like literally every 10 months. Like she was really pumping them out. So let her rest. And if she wants to give us makeup and cheap lingerie, so be it. I ain't mad.
You spoiled. It's 8 of them. She got 8 albums. Like that's funny.
And look at the release dates on those. It's just year. Like, they had her humping in the beginning. Let her rest. She shouldn't have to do anything.
For real. She the first person to have a baby so she could like take a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing this again. Go on, get me pregnant now.
Slow this shit down.
I am not doing another concert.
Oh, man.
They ain't getting me again with this bullshit.
Yo, that's just wow, yo. The first 7 in particular, I'm looking at the dates now. 05, 06, 07, 09, 10, 11, 12. She had 1 year off, yo.
And I don't think that was necessarily a year off. I think that was
she might have been working.
Yeah. Yo, she was everywhere. Yeah, she was everywhere. So, like, if she wants to stop, that's fine. That's a lot more records than we get from some people. More than the Beatles.
Word up. Good on her. Make that money.
That run was longer than the Beatles run. So
take all the time. Fine. Real talk. Mm-hmm. Look at that. I aspire to have a lingerie line, and make that money like that. It's gonna be great.
She actually does make stuff for men.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're in your size.
That's what's
very
up.
Size inclusive. I don't know how you feel about silky boxers, but that's what she seems to make.
I enjoy them, but they're not practical. No,
none of it's practical.
Yeah,
it's lingerie. You can't.
You can't wear them out.
Boxes.
Yeah. I tried it. I went to work at UPS. This was crazy. Slipping inside of like my clothes. It's not comfortable. At all.
It's not comfy.
Like at lunchtime, like when we had a break, I was like sliding in the chair, but my pants was in the same place. It was weird.
Right.
Like, you can't do it.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
You can't wear silk boxers and like Carhartt pants. This shit don't match at all.
No. That sounds like it's gonna make a fire or at least some sort of smoke situation.
Oh man. In Rage Monkeys in India, have thrown hundreds of dogs from tall buildings and trees in terrifying revenge killings. That's right. After a pack of wild dogs in the Indian state of Maharashtra allegedly killed a baby monkey in November, the primates have taken revenge by purging an entire town of its dogs. If the figures are accurate, the phrase monkey see, monkey do has never been more disturbing. That's funny. After seeing wild dogs kill a baby monkey in November, a group of primates in the Indian state of Maharashtra has launched a series of revenge killings and has reportedly killed 250 dogs by throwing them off of buildings and treetops. According to the Daily Mail.
Gangsta.
Yo, this is wild. These encounters have mainly befallen the town of Lavul and nearby villages in the B district. Residents claim that these rampaging monkeys showed no hesitation in snatching up dogs as soon as they saw them. With only 5,000 people and 300 miles from Mumbai, Lavul was left to fend for itself until Forest Department officials arrived to help on Saturday. According to the New York Post, villagers captured footage of these canine abductions and tried to keep their dogs safe, while monkeys have begun targeting children walking to school. Yo, this is real.
Yeah, so what I am picking up here is don't fuck with monkeys.
At all. Yo. They got memories.
Yeah, they got memories.
Yo.
That is wild that they're just like, oh, okay, so you're going to protect the dogs? How about your children?
Real talk.
How about we just throw your children over a building?
Yo. What blows my mind about this is this means that the monkeys talk. Because not every monkey saw it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not it's not like this one monkey is throwing 250 dogs.
Right.
It said the monkeys are doing it. So, like,
yeah, they had a meeting.
Yeah, it was like, yo, you heard? Yo, what? You for real, my G? Yo. Oh, all right, we got this. Okay, we're going to start chucking these people. We got to start with the dogs first. Let them see if they get the message. You know? Okay.
Well, the dog, this dog killed one of us, so we got to kill all of them. It's, wow. Respect. I mean, I tell you what, this is a story that Pixar will not touch.
Word.
But if they did, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like some sort of a Pixar crime drama or something. I mean, like just a war movie, but Pixar style. That's the only way you're going to get me to watch any type of movie that would cover this type of thing is if it's like Pixar or DreamWorks or some shit like that. And I know that sounds very cold and dark, but here we are.
This is I feel like this would be more like Halloween and Christmas. Like, what's that dude?
Wes Craven or something?
Like, I forget the guy that makes like those those animated movies that like look a little funky.
Wait, you mean like
The Nightmare Before Christmas, I think is the movie.
Oh, like oh gosh, I just had his name too. I know who you're talking about. I almost said
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. I almost said Tim Dillon, and I was like, that's not right at all.
I think he can make this movie.
Yeah, but he'll be wanting to put like a musical number in there, and I want it. I mean, I think you got to go darker. Like he can get the vibe right.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's gonna put like a happy spin. Well, honestly, you really do need to put a happy spin.
You need to on this.
This don't end well for nobody. This is a dark fucking story.
Yo, let me find out like the freaking monkeys read like Macbeth or some shit. It's some real like Shakespearean shit, yo.
This is definitely like, I mean, I don't know what director could really tackle this and give this the weight.
It's a podcast at the very least. I want like someone investigating, like interviewing the monkeys. What monkey is any monkey that decides to talk to someone about their plan is now a turncoat and has to be in like witness. Yes, witness relocation. Yo, monkey
you can't go back to the. Yeah, you're a snitch. You can't go back to the village after you done.
Yo, what if? No. Yo, Sha, what if zoos are monkey witsec?
What if what?
Like a zoo is like an animal witsec. because the animals don't go see the animals, you know? So like if you
Okay.
in a zoo, you're protected from your community. You know what I'm saying? So like if you like witnessed a crime in like the jungle and you snitch on the other animals, the government is like, yo, we gotta take this animal to Animal WITSEC. Animal WITSEC is the zoo for regular people, but that's where they go to send the animals that are witnessing on the crime.
So we've just been going and looking at a bunch of criminal animals?
Yeah, or snitches.
Snitches.
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, because that's how they make their living. You're not qualified to do regular work because you're going to get recognized by another animal. You got to go into this enclosed community where you're safe.
Oh my God. You know what? That's literally the only way I'm going to look at zoos from now on.
Yo, I'm telling you.
That makes perfect sense.
This is it.
Now we got a story. Now we got a movie. Come on, Pixar. Look at what we're building here.
This is it right here, yo. Oh, man.
What? Oh, God. I love that theory. Absolutely.
Oh, man. Pilot coming soon, baby. Let's do it. Finally, U-Haul with $250,000 worth of Yeezy shoes was stolen. That's right. In Portland, Oregon, a 26-year-old man was arrested after police found a stolen U-Haul with $250,000 worth of new Adidas shoes. The U-Haul was stolen sometime on Saturday night. The Portland Police Bureau tweeted. Inside the truck were 1,100 pairs of Yeezys. The Kanye West designed Adidas sneakers are priced from $200 for the cheapest model to $585 for their most expensive ones, according to sneakernews.com. Rupert Cruz was arrested and Rupert Cross, was arrested and taken to Mount Monmouth County Jail on charges of aggravated.
What? No.
Did I get that wrong?
Multnomah.
I'm trying, Sha.
Multnomah. Yeah, Multnomah, I think.
I don't know what I said, but it wasn't it. Like,
no, that wasn't it. But that's okay.
We trying here, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think I got the right letters, but they weren't in the right order.
This in a different order. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
He was in that jail, charged for the theft and possession of the stolen vehicle. You know what I mean? He out here, $250,000 in kicks.
That's Wasn't it in Portland where that young man had a whole warehouse of shoes that he was selling on the secondary market?
Yeah.
They did a whole special on him, and then it turned out that his mom was like a vice president at Nike.
Yeah, definitely. Because Portland is where they got like the big Nike store where like they'll shut it down.
And they have an Adidas like warehouse as well. Like I think the Adidas campus is there as well.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, I guess, but people are just like, I don't know. Are these are Yeezys? Or do those also count the weird like they look like dinosaur feet, but they're like Crocs? You know what I mean? The weird like rubbery shoe. Are those also considered Yeezys? I
believe so. I'm admittedly not a huge Yeezy head. I feel like they all look ugly to me.
Yes, they do. Oh no, those the Yeezy slide. Okay. I'm trying to look up ugly. Maybe if I look up ugly Yeezy shoe. Ugly Yeezys. Okay.
Yeah, like there was like an initial one that like I've never been a fan of them.
No, I was going to say the foam runners. Yeah, these are all. You know what? I saw them out in the wild, though. I've seen them on a foot, and I'm not sure that they worked, but the confidence of the person wearing them was really you know what I mean? They were just like, yeah, I'm in these. And I'm like, I mean, I guess you're in them, but if you don't have that kind of confidence, it's not going to work.
Sincerely. I can't do this. I don't know. I feel like sneakers, like I don't know, like most of my footwear is like designed for me to like either like end the argument or like get away from a problem. And like these do the least of both. Like if I gotta stomp you out, I don't want like padding on the outside of the shoe. You know, I don't want it to be comfortable to the person I'm kicking. And then they also feel like these are the shoes that like put the least thought into how you run in them. Like,
yeah.
It's just weird. Like I've every single time I see a pair of Yeezys, it's like, oh, like you designed a sneaker that does not serve the core purpose.
No, yeah. It is only for standing and looking cool. It's not for like movement. And so, yeah, I'm like, yo, you can get, I mean, don't have Yeezys and a chain because you can't run.
You're just weighing yourself down, you know?
Yeah, don't do that. Like, it's not going to work out for you. Whatever you have, like, be light on you. Don't have a lot of stuff on you because you're not going to be able to run when someone gets to chasing you. So either just hand it over or switch your shoe.
Yeah. Like, to me, Yeezys is like the equivalent of telling everybody that, like, your father said when you go to a dangerous neighborhood, have like $50 on you to give the criminal. And you just showing them you got the $50. Like,
here they are. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
I can't get away, you know? So, yeah.
I can. I'm good for it. No, you're absolutely right to target me. Here you go, sir.
I can't. It's not for me, man. I can't do it. Good luck to you guys out there.
I'm sorry that they've come up missing for you, but think of how much faster you're going to be able to move.
I feel like it leads to a never-ending robbery. Because like they take it from you, but now you're faster. And now you get them back.
Right.
And you just keep going back and forth.
So now you're just running back and forth in front of the gas station. And people are like, what the hell is going on there?
Oh, man. Look at that. We just created an Olympic sport today, baby. That's right. We do it all on this podcast, baby. If you would like,
my goodness,
for Shalewa and I to be gold medal Yeezy Steelers, you know what I mean?
Gold medal Yeezy Steelers.
All you got to do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. You know what I mean? If you are Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You only think we're going to steal it 3-4 times. No. We will not tire.
Hours,
baby. 5 stars, you understand. We going for the gold. Okay? Yeah, you will steal it back when we put them back on, but we going to come back for that. Okay?
Right.
Infinite snatchbacks is what we do. Low key, we got great endurance. Okay. And if somebody does beat me, I got 250 monkeys coming for that ass. Okay.
No, not out the here. Monkeys.
Gang. Okay.
Anything but the monkeys.
If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shouts out to the homie Aaron Anderson for sharing these articles as always. Really appreciate you, homie. With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte, legendary Yeezy Stealer. Always with the homie Shalewa Sharpe, legendary Yeezy Stealer, and track star.
I don't know if it's a legend. I don't know if it's a legend, but
incredibly fast runner, but only when the Yeezys are in her hands, ironically, not on her feet. Okay? It's been a bonus episode of The War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.